Hi everyone, it's Wednesday the 12th of January and we've got Dream Challenge Part 2 as this week's challenge set. We've got Charged Bruisers, which is the first time in a long time we've had them charged, and the star hero this week is T-Dog. Another set of community ideaed maps. So there was a competition a while back for the community to design them, and they picked these as a bunch of winners, and some of them are horrible, some aren't too bad, some are quite fun. So let's get on with it, and we're going to start with the future, which is based on one of the series on the show where they build a bridge, or try to build a bridge, and what we've got to do is interact with the two wood piles on the left here, 2 turns each to do that, and each pile repairs half the bridge. You then got to grab the bag by the swap van and get to the exit. Whilst you're on this side doing that, you've got a lone survivor on the left hand side who needs to survive until at least half the bridge is built. And then you can run along and group up to get to the exit. Having the split survivors is a really interesting dynamic. Used to do it with Beta and lead and just herd away until the bridge is fixed. Obviously got T-Dog in lead this time, so going to make it slightly trickier. Thinking having a bruiser over here, start charge, bunch them up, and then keep them stunned. Hopefully you got perseverance on them. When you're over here, once you've done the 2 bridges, you get some armoured spawn by the bag, so be ready to grab that straight away and stun what spawns. So yeah, this should be an okay map up to a point. You want to get on at least one of those wood piles as quickly as you can. So probably T-Dog, Beta, Bruiser is what I'm going to go with. Next map is Cable Ties. So you've got this one, you've got a horde to the right hand side of the map which is slowly advancing on you, and you've got 2 cars here, and you've got to open the boots or trunks depending on what you call them, and then attach the cables to the front of the car. The boot takes 1 turn, the cables take 3 turns each, and it starts with 5 normal walkers. So depending on how many you can see, there may be some hidden around the side of the cars which you can't, so be careful for those. Once the tie has been put in place, you and the walkers can't walk through it, and the lights will the exit will light up. So make sure you're on the right side of that when the final tie is finished. Otherwise you're going to have to run around the car to get to the exit. There is an incoming, and it comes in behind you where you're stood. So you can spawn block it, which can be useful at a higher level. With Spy and Smite, it's really quite an easy map, but obviously with T-Dog leading, might be a bit trickier. Probably 3 bruisers is going to be your best bet at lower level, and create a bit of a stun wall in front of you with the starting walkers, hoping that one doesn't start like it has here, because that is where the one to the left is where you need to put the cable tie. There is some sort of time limit on it. I think if any of the horde get to the back of the car, the mission will automatically end. So there is some sort of speeders of the essence type thing. This map is also based on one of the show's episodes where they tie a cable to it and drive the car along the road, cutting all zombies in half. Unfortunately, there's no cool graphic when you've done it, but it shows it zooming off, but that would have been a nice touch. Heard It Through the Grapevine is next. got to find supply. Got to pick three of 5 bushes. There's one at the top, one at the bottom middle, and 3 to the right hand side. Auto spawns from the center, and on the right hand side, the one that Glenn has just opened there is a red bush, and once you open that, a tank will spawn down here in the bottom right. And then once you've found the correct 3, 2 tanks spawn on the line, or next to the line. I think one's on the line, one's off the line, which is a real pain in the backside. And it's one of the few maps which are find and get out maps which you actually want to have to find or have to look in all 5, and preferably have Pizza Glenn on the team and open the top one last, because he can then reach the line from there. So you want to have 2 on the line, and then Glenn open the last one and then get to the line on the same turn. If you open it up, if you find the 3 early, you get those 2 tanks spawn, it makes it incredibly difficult. Beater and Needle is always a good one for this. How is it going to work with T-Dog? Don't know. Shouldn't be too bad, I think. Hopefully. I might be wrong. But T-Dog, Beater, Glenn is probably what I'm going to go with on this. Secure the Lodge is the next map. You've got 2 riots and 4 normal walkers that start on the map. I think it's 4, might be 5. I think it's 4. What you've got to do is open the gate for 2 turns, and then get to the right hand side to the line. After the 3rd turn, get some freemen spawn at the top. I've made a mistake here, because you can spawn block them, 2 of them at least. I think it is only 2 you can spawn. So if Sasha was one to the right, the Bruiser wouldn't come out. And then the turn after, a Hunter will spawn. So if you can stand where Corey is, Princess is, and one to the right of Princess, you can spawn block 2 of them and the Hunter. And if you can stun the Scout, that's all you need to do. So on the 4th turn, get up into spawn block position at the start of the 4th turn, and then stay there blocking the Hunter's spawn as well. Deal with the Scout, and then get on the gate and get to the right hand side. The incoming only comes in on the right hand side, but it does get full pretty quickly if you're using range. So be prepared to deal with a large amount of walkers. Because they can't get to you, they all do one walk on up to the top right hand side of the map, which looks nice, but when they then come forward to get you, they do sort of block your path, so you do sort of have to kill them or stun them in position. Teams for this, don't know. T-Dog, obviously, if you're doing Star Hero. Beta to kill the initial walkers, and someone else, another Bruiser maybe, another Warrior maybe, with another Morningstar if you've got 2. Possibly Princess or Mercer. Princess probably could get charged up with the stuns from T-Dog, so that might not be a bad shout. Just be careful with that for causing too much threat. Next map is Rescue Operation, I'm going to say. Starts with 3 melee freemen, lots of barrels, lots of walkers. You've got to get to the right hand side to open one of these 3 containers. When you pick the right container, a walker will spawn next to you. So having Glenn is a good idea because you can then run away. Blow these barrels up. There's 2 ways through. You can blow the barrel up, which knocks down this gate and releases the freeman. Or you can push this dumpster twice to get through along the bottom. My preferred way of doing it was to blow the barrels up, push the dumpster twice with Glenn, move along the bottom, the Freeman all come down and attack the tank. Then you run to the right, open it, and then back the way you came. It's not too bad. The Freeman usually stay over here and you can normally sneak back. Ezekiel might not be a bad shout on it. I don't know what position you'd have him in to be able to interrupt the Freeman before they hit you. But I think this team, well, I was using Glenn before, so I think using T-Dog will work just as well. So it should be okay for the extra hero star in this one throughout. Next one is called the Gates of Hell. Got to get through 2 gates to get to the exit. And to do that, you've got to work on 3 different buttons. So, first button's on the wall at the top. If you move anywhere but where Rick is about to move to now, a walker will spawn by the door, out the door. If you move someone to that spot first, nothing will spawn, you're spawn blocking, and you can get your third person to work on that button for 2 turns. Then all you have to deal with is the walkers starting this area, plus any incoming that comes in at the bottom left, and get on the next box, which is next to the gate in the middle. Another 2 turns. You also have quite a few walkers and a tank in this second area. If you've got someone with fire, to set the tank on fire and let it burn out before you open it, brilliant. If you can keep the threat down, then it is just a case of getting everything on fire and taking your time. Once you've opened the second area, get through to the box in the second area for another 2 turns to open the gate, which lights the exit up and you can get out. Incomings, as I say, bottom left of the first area, along the line of where Haggy is currently shooting in the second area, and on the line in the end area. If you keep the threat down, it's not much of a problem. If you're using Smy, be prepared to crawl your way through, and make sure you're ready to clear the line once the gate is open. You can spawn block them. In fact, it's the bottom left, it's all the way around the corner of this container. So you can have a maximum of 5 walkers spawn in that reverse R shape around that container. If you keep them stunned there, then nothing else spawns. Same for here, you can spawn block all the points. And that's it. So I hope. Suggested team for this: T-Dog, Beta, and Daryl or Rick to start. Whilst you're keeping the threat down. Hope you get lucky with the Hirachi. You could also take Ezekiel instead of Beta, and keep the tank pinned in the end room. Hopefully, but there are a lot of walkers in there. Could take a shoot with a fire, or Princess and Yumiko with T-Dog. As long as you can get charged up quick enough in the first couple of turns, you'll be alright. Easy as ever done. Because you'll be spawn blocking on that first time. But yeah, those teams will get you through it without too much of a problem for a while. Oh, speaking of Ezekiel, I've heard today that his leader trait, where we're keeping stuff pinned and guaranteed to interrupt on his leader trait with push weapons, is going to be fixed. It is a bug and not a feature. So enjoy it while you can. It's fun to use, but chances are next update it'll be removed, and you will be then relying on Razor when his leader trait activates to push away, And obviously if you can't push a tank away, if it's against the wall, it will still hit you. So use them whilst you can, enjoy it, but don't get too used to it. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you found this useful, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.